Happy Monday. I had a rather busy week last week and I didn't read. I know last week I said I was going to read so much and then I got busy cuz I'm finally feeling like mostly back to normal. So, I only read 3 volumes, 2 Japanese, 1 English, and I didn't read anything else. So, no light novels, no novels, nothing, just 3 manga. But I have been doing other things. I've been going out. I've been I've been being social for the first time in like a month. I have also been doing other things. Like I'm currently not replaying, but I'm getting back into playing Fire Emblem in Cage. I never actually finished it. And Fire Emblem's my favorite Nintendo franchise. So it's surprising that I still haven't finished it. But I'm on chapter 9. I finished chapter 19 and I'm on my way to doing chapter 20. Just I'm trying to do all the paralogs first. But doing that, and then I've also been watching a lot of Death Note because I haven't watched it since I was in like middle school. So I was trying to watch it again to see if I only like it because I watched it when I was in middle school or if I actually like it. I still haven't decided. I don't like I really really loved Misa's character when I first watched it, but on my rewatch I don't like her. I don't really like any of the female characters in the show, sadly, but I was having fun with Light being like a strange psychopath. I did find that fun, but the fun like meter is slowly going down each episode now. So we'll see. I am going to try and watch the whole thing. I'm trying to get back into watching more anime, and that's just what I chose to start with. Canadian Netflix, I'm really upset. They don't have many Japanese series with Japanese subtitles. I like Japanese on Japanese. They don't have a lot, like at all. And like you'll sample something, like you'll watch like the preview and it'll show Japanese subs, but when you click into it, it's only like English or Spanish or French. Nothing else. And I just settled on Death Note because I know the story, but I want my Japanese subs. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But that's what I've been doing this past week. Let's talk about the 3 volumes of manga that I did actually read. First one is a reread, volume 1 of Kiss Him Not Me is the English, or Watashi ga motete dousunda. This is the oldest book in my collection, both series and physically. This volume 1 is by far the oldest, and it shows she's had better days, she's looked better, but she's just been loved, so that's okay. That's all that means. This is a how many volumes? There's a lot of volumes. Hold on. This is a 14 volume series. I collected all of them forever ago. And then I only read, I think, the first 4 or 5 volumes because my Japanese really wasn't all that there. It was taking me too long to read. I got a little bit frustrated. And then I put it down and I never picked it back up. But I'm very fluent now. So I'm doing a reread. So I read volume 1. It's just as fun as it was before. Like, yeah, it is problematic, but it's still fun. Sometimes you just have to kind of ignore some things to enjoy the rest. This is one of those series. So, a super quick recap of what this is about. This is about a fujoshi, so somebody who really likes BL. Originally, she was a larger character, and she was surrounded by all of these handsome men, and some of them were nice to her, some of them weren't nice to her. It varied, but some of them were mean to her specifically because she was bigger. When her favorite character dies in an anime, she gets so depressed, she loses all her weight, and then she becomes very, very thin, like you see on the cover here. And when she comes back to school after being away for like a week as a whole new, very thin person, all of the boys are now interested in her. 4 specifically, all 4 in this cover, all ask her out at the same time, and she has to kind of hide the fact that she's an otaku and a fujoshi from all 4 boys to be able to go out on the date. But she is such an otaku that she really can't hide it, and the story kind of follows her. Eventually, like it's not spoilers because it's volume 1, but eventually she does let it slip that like, yeah, I'm an otaku, like I really really like anime, like I really really like anime, and they're all pretty okay with it. And then it kind of teeters on like, do they like her for her, or do they like her for her attractiveness? So like, can they accept the fact that she really likes BL, or are they like more attracted than weirded out? So it follows that. It is a funny series. She is a very, very nice character. Like she is very fleshed out. She's a very good person. And I enjoyed volume one. It's a nostalgic series for me. I did watch the anime also forever ago. It's a cute series. Let's talk my super quick ratings for this one. So in terms of do I like the story, I think it's fun. This was my very, very first introduction to like Fujoshi content ever, and it was a very funny introduction. I do really like the story. I like the reverse harem aspect of it, especially because I'm not going to spoil, but some of the characters, like some of the male potential love interests, do seem to like her for her rather than just like her for her body. So we do get a varied cast of potential male leads. Some of them are more shallow than others. Some of them you grow to like much more quickly than others. So I do like that. Again, in terms of characters, again, some of the male leads are better than others. I do find, at least, okay, volume one only, because I do remember from the anime, volume one only, we are just briefly introduced to them all. Some of them we do learn more than others, especially this younger one right here. We don't really learn all that much about him. We do learn a lot about, I think her name is Kaede. Oh, Kae. We do learn quite a bit about Kae, our female lead, but she's our female lead. Of course, we have to learn a lot about her. I am excited to learn more. In volume one, he gets the most attention out of all of the male leads, and I'm hoping all of the volumes will focus on one male lead so that we can really learn more about them. Because the more you learn about a character, the more you can enjoy the story. In terms of the romance, there really isn't all that much romance in here, but I do think volume one does a good job of setting up potential romantic things to happen. Especially, she does have a scene with this guy right here where he's trying really hard to make a romantic moment, and then he gives off like I'll accept you no matter what vibes. So like I feel like he's going to have some romantic moments. I don't know who she ends up with. I know like basically where the story goes, but I haven't finished this series yet, so I don't know who she ends up with. So I can't spoil that. But so we get these two. He gets the most kind of romance, and then he just gives off romantic vibes. He is too like timid for anything in this volume, and then he's a little bit too mean for anything in this volume. And then, do I recommend this series? I do. I find it fun, but you have to be okay with kind of the fat shaming aspect of it. You have to be able to move past it. I would say about half of the male love interests kind of suck in this aspect, but then half of them are very cool in this aspect. So it just, you have to kind of be able to move past that. But yeah, I did enjoy this one. And I do hope there are more themes of like, it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, like, you don't lose weight to fit in. Because what is that? Like, you're beautiful no matter what. I hope the series goes more towards that, but we'll see. Okay, next one is this one. I could talk forever about this one. This is volume 4 of Isso, Anata Todome Sashite. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I have a lot of opinions about this series. This one stresses me the heck out. I find this is the most stressful read in my collection because it reads kind of like a K-drama, in my opinion. And okay, I'll complain like the tiniest bit. So this series follows our beautiful, like drop dead gorgeous female lead Ichika. And all Ichika wants is a boyfriend. That's all she wants, a serious relationship. But because she's so beautiful, most of the men around her kind of just want like a one night stand or friends with benefits. They want a conquest. They don't want a girlfriend. And they see Ichika as beautiful and a little bit flashy as somebody who wants the same thing as them. And that's like couldn't be farther from the truth. She wants a boyfriend. One day she goes to a mixture and she meets this guy. I always forget his name. I think it's Naruse. Okay. His name is Sanhari. I was very wrong. Okay. She meets Sanhari at a mixer and they hit it off so well, like unbelievably well. Like she hasn't vibed this much with anybody ever. Levels of like they're meant to be soulmates basically. And they start hanging out and they get along better and better. And then all of a sudden he drops a bomb. He only wants friends with benefits. He really doesn't want a girlfriend. He's just looking to hang around. And he does, like, to his benefit, he does tell Ichika, if you want a serious boyfriend, that's not me. I don't want a girlfriend. Go find somebody else. So I will say he does straight up tell her, he doesn't try to deceive her at all. He does straight up tell her, I only want to have fun. I don't want anything serious. But Ichika already likes him. And so, like, in the first 2 volumes, I'll say, she does, knowing that he doesn't want a girlfriend, she prioritizes her own feelings over his and tries to kind of make him want to date her. Because she really wants to date him, she really likes him, and she kind of figures that, like, if I can show him a fun time, surely he'll realize that we belong together. He'll want a serious relationship, and we'll end up dating, and it'll be perfect. So in the first 2 volumes, Ichika's wrong for that. I was feeling for Sanari a little bit. I keep forgetting his name. I did feel for him a little bit because he was straight up. He did tell her, I don't want a girlfriend, and she pushed her feelings onto him. Okay? But the more we learn about Ichika, the more she kind of grows on you. Like, she's a really sweet character. She's very nice. And, like, you really can't help that you'll really like somebody. Like, you kind of can't help it. And she's young and she has a lot of big feelings, and I get it. And so in the next 2 volumes, we see Sanari kind of being like, well, maybe I could fall for you. Maybe I could start liking you. Let me try to like you. And it's like, well, like, she's been trying so hard to get him to like her, and then he starts giving her, like, I don't know if it's false hope, but it feels like false hope. So he'll say, like, you promised to only like me, right? Just keep liking me, and then hopefully I'll be able to like you back. And it's like, bro, like, let her move on. But he doesn't. So I don't think she ever really pulled back from him, but when she starts making other friends, he, like, clearly gets jealous. And, like, when it's just the 2 of them and she's like, I like you a lot, like, I want to keep hanging out even if it's just friends, he's like, yeah, whatever. I don't like girls all that much. Like, I just want to hang out. But when he sees her making other guy friends, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought you liked me. What are you doing talking to other men? And it's like, what are you doing? So he's been bothering me. I'm not gonna say, like, anything, like, specific that happens because I don't want to spoil. But especially in this volume, he pissed me off so bad. So bad. Because in the first 2 volumes, I feel like he was realistic in that, like, he said he didn't want a girlfriend. He was being very kind by, like, understanding Ichika she wanted a boyfriend, so he wasn't going to give her any false hope. That's why I felt for him, and I felt like Ichika was kind of in the wrong. But then volumes 3 and 4, he starts getting jealous, and he starts, like, he's dangling a carrot in front of her, saying, like, well, maybe one day I'll like you. Maybe one day I'll want a girlfriend. Like, you have to wait for me. And it's like, no, like, you're dumb. No. He is a very realistic character. I think both of them are. Honestly, I think they're perfect for each other, just given everything that happens. A lot more does happen. It's a pretty complicated story. I do think they belong together, but yeah, I don't like really either of them, but I do feel for Ichika a lot more. Like, she's grown on me. I just don't personally like her just because of how she acts. She frustrates me. Both of them frustrate me, but she also frustrates me. Okay, in terms of my ratings, in terms of, do I like the story? It's not, like, the most, like, unique story out there. Like, a lot does happen. It's very dramatic. There is a triangle. But, like, I'll say it's not really the story that's interesting. It's the characters and the drama. Does drama count as the story? I don't know. In terms of the characters, I do, yeah, they drive the story. So both of these characters, they deserve each other, honestly. I don't like either of them. They are very frustrating, the 2 of them. I really, really like the second male lead. I have big feelings about him. I think he deserves his own, like, I think they should bring in a whole new character just for him to date. He deserves a girlfriend who doesn't have to worry about, do I like him or him? I could try to like you, but I don't think I'll end up like no. he deserves to be somebody's top choice because he's such a sweetie and I feel really bad for him. And then also we have her Ichika's friends, and they just add to my frustration because they also kind of, I don't want to spoil anything, but one of the friends does something in this volume that if my friend did that to me, we would not be friends anymore. But usually they are more so the voices of reason to Ichika. Like when she swoons over him, Sanari, not feeling funny or like not saying anything when she wore heels because they made her even taller. And it's like that's like the bar is on the floor. It's well below the floor. It's underground. Like what do you mean you like him because he didn't feel weird about you wearing heels? Like no man should say anything if you're wearing heels. But whatever. In terms of the romance, I do not like the romance in this series. I think yeah, I don't like it at all because I'm not gonna spoil. Not gonna spoil. The second male lead deserves better. Is all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Any romance with this guy is not romance in my eyes. And then, do I recommend it if you like something really really stressful? Yes, I do. This does have me gripped. Like normally, I really am not that into really like stressful stories, but I need to know what happens in this one. I'm well invested. And then last one I only read 3. Oof, volume 2 of Fruits Basket. I got this for my birthday last week. Fruits Basket is a story I watched I watched season 1 of the anime forever ago, and then I never watched season 2, but I do know more or less how the story plays out because when season 2 came out, TikTok spoiled everything for me, but that's okay. It's an old series. But I never read it, so now I can read it. And I do really like this one. I feel like everybody knows what Fruits Basket is about, so I'm not going to do a big explanation of it, but I do like it. I will say she Toru, the female lead, belongs with Yuki. It's my like that's my controversial take. Is that controversial? Do you feel the same? I really think they belong together. I will stand by that. Hopefully, the more I read this, the more I'll grow to like the other characters. But for now, I like them together. Yeah. I don't like what's their name? Akito? The like villain. What's their name? Akito. Can I like this character here? Okay, like slight spoilers for this one. Akito, from what I remember, is a man. No, she's a woman, but she is forced. I'll learn more as I read on, but she's forced to act like a man, but she is a woman. But in the English version, they always refer to her as a man. And I'm wondering in the Japanese version if it's just kept ambiguous because you don't have to use pronouns as much as you do in English when you speak in Japanese. So you can like talk in a roundabout way very naturally in Japanese. I'm wondering in the Japanese version if they refer to Akito without any pronouns and just refer to them kind of in the third person. Or like using their name in the first person. Using their name in place of a pronoun. I'm very curious about that. Because in the English version, it's very clear that they're like being kind of deceptive about their gender, hiding things. They're clearly like a very angry, evil character. But I'm curious about the Japanese version. I'm content reading English, just that's like my one little curiosity. Because from season 1 of the anime, I watched it so long ago, but I don't really remember all that much about Akito. Besides the fact they're a woman and they're evil and they want people, or they were forced when they were younger to pretend to be a man, I guess because they're the head of the family. I'm not sure, but I am interested in learning more. But yeah. And then okay. Like ratings. In terms of the story, it's a great story. It's everybody likes Fruits Basket. In terms of the characters, again, I like Yuki the most. I do like the little bunny character. I'm really bad with names. I like the bunny just because I like bunnies. I think he's cute. I like how he speaks in German half the time. I think it's charming. In terms of the romance, there's no romance yet. This is very much a slow burn series. So like in volume, I guess 3 and 4 technically, but or 2 of the Collector's Omni, there is no romance. You don't know who's gonna end up with who at all, which I like. It's a longer series. I appreciate a good slow burn. I'm enjoying it. Do I recommend it? If you haven't read Fruits Basket yet, I highly do recommend it because it is such a sweet story. It's dirty. The thing with books that are mainly white is if they get even the tiniest bit dirty, it shows really, really quickly. But that's everything I read. I really didn't read all that much because I was prioritizing Fire Emblem, if I'm going to be honest. I want to finish it. I think there's 26 chapters. So I have 6 left, plus the prologues. And then I'll be free to read again.